My dear friend in Christ, Cecil John Rhodes was an extremely rich man, a billionaire. Cecil John Rhodes was an English-born businessman, a mining magnate, and a well-known politician in South Africa. He was the founder of the diamond company De Beers, which markets about 40% of the world's rough diamonds, and at one time marketed 90% of the world's rough diamonds. Cecil Rhodes was a die-hard believer in colonialism and imperialism. He founded the state of Rhodesia in order to perpetuate his own name. Rhodesia, though, was an unrecognized state in South Africa from 1965 to 1979. One day, a journalist casually asked this billionaire, "Sir, you must be a very happy man." And Rhodes very wittingly replied, "Happy? No, I spent my life amassing a fortune only to find that I have spent half of it on doctors to keep me out of the grave and the other half on lawyers to keep me out of jail." That might sound funny and witty, but my dear friend in Christ, doesn't that remind us of a very powerful teaching of Jesus found in the Gospel of Luke chapter 12 verse 19 to 21? "Do not store up for yourselves," Jesus says, "treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy and where thieves do not break in and steal. For there your treasure is, there your heart will be also." What are those treasures, if we may call them, that we spend a whole lifetime seeking or chasing after? Is it material and financial securities? Is it relationships? Is it fame and popularity? Is it power and positions in society? Is it physical beauty? Is it grades and titles and status tags? Is it any of those carnal pleasures? What is it that we are really seeking or chasing after? Each one of us should figure out for ourselves, without being judgmental about anyone else. And when we have figured that out for ourselves, we could ask, how long will those treasures last? My dear friend in Christ, human as we are, we all have desires. But what is that one desire, one priceless treasure that will bring order, that will bring abundant joy, that will bring peace and bring success in all that we do for ourselves and for others? What is it? What is it? It is that priceless treasure of wisdom. Wisdom to discern what is good and what is evil. Wisdom to discern what is good and what is bad for us. And that wisdom can come from God and from God alone. A wisdom that will last and will bring peace in every sphere of our daily life and our activities. This is a wisdom that the world cannot give and the world cannot take away from us. The young and great King Solomon knew this wonderful truth. When God offered him the desires of his heart, Solomon opted for the great treasure of accepting God to rule his life by doing his will. That is why he asked God for the gift of prudence, of wisdom. He asked for an understanding heart to distinguish right from wrong so that he might govern God's people properly. The first book of Kings, chapter 3, verse 10 to 14 records, "The Lord was pleased that Solomon asked for this. So God said to him, 'Since you have asked for this and not for long life or wealth for yourself, nor have you asked for the death of your enemies, but for discernment in administering justice, I will do what you have asked. I will give you a wise and discerning heart, so that there will never have been anyone like you, nor will there ever be. Moreover, I will give you what you have not asked for, both wealth and honor, so that in your lifetime you will have no equal among kings. And if you walk in obedience to me and keep my decrees and commands, as David your father did, I will give you a long life." My dear friend in Christ, you could be just anyone, young or old, but become a seeker of wisdom from God in the decisions you make and in the things you got to do. And you will see abundant blessings poured into your life. The Lord will give you other things that you have never asked for. That's exactly what happened to King Solomon. It will happen for you. So ask, seek, and you will find that priceless treasure that the world cannot give you and the world cannot take away from you. May you have a good and godly day.